It's Friday and the sun's out, and man, it is good to be alive. And today I'm going to answer a couple questions. The first one is, how is the mirrorless camera system been going for me after 2 years? But as always, we can't get into anything unless we do this. Ka-ching! So I'm going to go do that. Alright, we're back, and I lost my lid, look, I don't know where it is. Anyway, get done the big jobs, now my day can start. Alright man, let's get this. Alright man, coffee done. Just heading down to the beach now, just to do my meditation, a little bit of exercise and complete my morning ritual. But yeah, so I was just trying to work it out in my head. I think I've been shooting mirrorless cameras about 2 years, 2 months, about 5 days, 6 hours and 37 minutes and 22 seconds. No, I'm joking. I don't really know, but yeah, it's a little over 2 years anyway, let's put it that way. And all in all, I haven't looked back. You know, there's a few little things that, you know, I've had to compromise on, I think, switching to a mirrorless system 2 years ago. But other than that, there's so many pluses that I just absolutely love my Sony cameras. But I'm generalizing here, and we're going to talk about like all mirrorless systems, okay, and the pros and the cons, and you've probably heard a few of these things before, but this is just my personal experience. But before we get into that, I'm going to do my meditation, do a little bit of exercise, man, and just get myself ready to start the day. I mean, this is what I do as a creative person. So anyway, but check this out. Look at this beautiful Shoal Bay Beach. God, I love it here. It's just awesome. And that's it, just a quick 5 minutes. I'm really loving the Apple Watch and the Breathe app. Just 5 minutes to meditate makes a huge difference, man. To start your day, just calms things down. I'm gonna go for a swim because it's beautiful. Look at this day, man. Look at this day. Morning ritual complete. Coffee, exercise, meditation. Whew. Anyway, back on the mirrorless camera. So the first thing, and you would have heard this before, is they are so much lighter than my DSLRs. I used to carry a full Nikon kit, all 2.8 lenses, and man, it was just hectic to lag around, you know, walking into the bush, walking anywhere. It was just super heavy kit, especially when you got, you know, the old two big D800s and the bloody 24 to 70, 70 to 200, and I think it's a 14 to 24. And they're all 2.8s, all crazy, and the body is just, you know, this big chunking thing, and the batteries are massive. Yeah, man, so weight is a massive deal for me now, and I couldn't go back because having all f4 lenses, meaning they're a lot smaller, you know, they aren't the big bulky lenses, I can still get what I want in landscape. You know, with my landscape photography with an f4 lens, I shoot everything. So I've got the 70 to 200 f4, I've got a 14 to 24, oh no, that's a 16 to 35 f4. I've also got the 90mm macro, and that basically covers everything for me, you know, for my landscape photography. There's not much else I really need, okay? And I also got a crop body that I carry and a full frame. So the crop body gives me extra length on my tellies and just gives me a spare body if I need it. And the full frame, well, it's just a 42 megapixel beast. So it's just, yeah, man, I don't know. It's just something about having that lightweight gear in your bag that's changed everything for me, and I just cannot go back. All right, so I've got about 10 minutes and I need to head back to work. So I'm just gonna lay here in the sun for another 5, and then I've only got a 2-minute walk and then a 3-minute drive, and boom, at work on time. And today I'm working on a massive rebranding of our video for our department. So, and it's due today. So I better pull my finger out and finish that bad boy. Anyway, we'll continue this conversation really soon. All right, it's lunchtime and I've got my branding project finished. Hell yeah. So the next thing I love about my mirrorless camera is the electronic viewfinder, okay? So with a traditional DSLR, you have a mirror that flips up, that reflects, you know, what you can see through the lens. Well, with a mirrorless camera, this is what makes it mirrorless, because it doesn't have that mirror, right? But you have what's called an electric viewfinder. And when you look through there, it's like a little LCD screen. And I absolutely love that, you know. When I shoot most of my landscapes, I used to have my rear LCD screen on my DSLR on all the time anyway. So having that electronic viewfinder, I just think it's great. And it's, you know, a super tip here is if you're beginning photography, you know, and you're trying to get that exposure right, you can look through the electric viewfinder, and what you see there, so the brightness or the darkness of the screen, is very similar to what your exposure is going to be, okay? So when you're learning to read a histogram, when you're learning to get your exposure right, mirrorless cameras, I think anyway, help you with that, because you're looking through exactly what you're going to see, the lightness or the darkness of the screen. You're not relying on a little meter like you would with your DSLR. So anyway, that's another thing I love. I love the electric viewfinder. All right, time for some lunch. All right, found it such a cool spot to have my lunch, man. Just gonna hang out here and chill, man. Take a look around and then we'll get back on this mirrors thing. All right. Couldn't help myself, I had to go for a quick swim anyway, hence the hat and sunny change. I don't like getting sunscreen and sand all over my sunnies and my good hat. All right, man, get back on this mirrorless train. All right, and we're back. Quick change. All right, so the next thing I love about my mirrorless cameras, and I mentioned the EVF, but what's super cool is that you can get all these different overlays right on the EVF, okay, the electric viewfinder, and you can even review your images in there. So if you're in bright sunny conditions like it is today, you can review your images, you can see a live histogram, you got your level in there, whatever details you want. You're not trying to, you know, often when you've got the LCD on the back, you know, it's hard to see in these bright sunny conditions. So that's another reason why I absolutely love the EVF, to be able to see all those details. A live histogram just makes it super, super awesome. The final thing I wanted to talk to you about was one thing I love about my mirrorless cameras is something called focus peaking, okay? And basically what that is, it just gives you like this red, or you can change the color, but mine is like a red overlay when you look through the electric viewfinder, or you look through the LCD at the back, or you're looking at the LCD at the back. And what it does, it shows you what's in focus in your scene. So it's super handy for landscape photographers, because, you know, it's often hard to get that full depth of field to get everything in focus. And with focus peaking, you know, you can turn your lens to manual and you can just adjust it till you see red all over the screen and everything is absolutely focused. So absolutely love it, love it, love it. So I would say out of everything we've talked about today, you know, like there's so many positives as a landscape photographer moving to a mirrorless system. You know, if you're thinking about upgrading your cameras, definitely look at a mirrorless system, all those things we've been through. But there is one drawback I have found, you know. You got to remember you've got electric viewfinder turned on and it's like a little LCD screen, okay? And that does use more power. And I've found in general, you know, my power is probably half as good as what it normally is with my DSLR, but the batteries are a lot smaller, so it means I get to carry more of those anyway. But that what I would say, after 2 years of using a mirrorless system, that's all I would say is the biggest drawback. And I've just brought more cards, so it's not a big deal for me at all. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this one, man. I hope you enjoyed our little journey today. I've had some fun. If you want to hang out more, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified, smash that comments if you like this video, and man, I'll see you in the next one. This has been awesome, man. I'll see you again really soon. All right, peace. I reckon you won't believe what happened. Check this. I just got a massive rip in my pants getting in my car. Notice? I suppose that's what happens when you buy cheap Kmart hoodies. But I love these pants, man. They're my favorite cargos and I just ripped them. Anyway, back to work.